Germany considers a full COVID lockdown and mandatory vaccines.
Here's a summary of the article.
Germany is set to decide on tougher COVID-19 restrictions and could even opt for a full lockdown amid record daily infections and mounting pressure on hospitals. The country's health minister, Jens Spahn, has already issued a dire warning to Germans this week, saying that by the end of winter, pretty much everyone in Germany will be vaccinated, recovered or dead. Outgoing Chancellor Angela Merkel has called on the heads of Germany's 16 federal states to decide upon stricter rules by Wednesday. Many states in Germany have already restricted access to public spaces like bars, restaurants, movie theaters and museums under 2G rules, restricting access to only those who are vaccinated, geimpft in German, or recovered, genesen. A number of major German Christmas markets which have not been cancelled this year have adopted 2G rules. Almost 100,000 people in Germany have died from the virus to date. Austria has already announced it will make COVID vaccines compulsory from Feb 1 next year, and a number of countries have made COVID vaccines mandatory for frontline health workers. The unvaccinated, Kuban said, "We're bringing Germany to the brink of desperation," adding that, "It cannot be that the entire population is locked away every winter." Ongoing political negotiations to form a new coalition government have been going on against the backdrop of Germany's COVID crisis.
This post received a score of 8,800, with an upvote ratio of 87%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Kimmich in shambles. He literally has COVID RN. I'm interested in how this will play out.
He will wait until I gather enough research about the vaccines.
Heard he started studying bioscience and genetics and he bought a microscope to very closely look at the vaccine before he takes the shot. Clown face.
As a German, no, this isn't even close to being true. Nobody is arguing for a full mandate, but profession-specific mandates are being talked about. However, a decision on that has not been made. A full lockdown has been ruled out by every political party I've heard talking about this. Some states have enforced stricter rules and banned things like Christmas markets, others have not. The headline does not reflect what's currently being talked about in local news at all.
Why is this the top comment of what I'm browsing if this is abundantly false?
You expect some writers from American media would reflect comprehensive truth in the opposite side of the earth? Even if they don't put their own biases in their article, it might still be beyond their ability.
I'm sure the anti-vax lobby will take this news well and react in a perfectly normal and civilized manner.
It's about freedom, not if the vax is bad.
No wonder they're legalizing weed.
When's someone going to tell Germany this whole thing was an American Democrat hoax so their people will stop dying?
I think that's the message JFK will be delivering when he returns from the dead with Michael Jackson in Texas.
I get why people argue that they should have the right not to put X in their body. People who decide to take the vaccine should also have the right not to be exposed to the idiots who choose to prolong this pandemic. Get vaccinated or lock yourself down so society can keep moving without you. It's simple. Edit. To the Sheldon Coopers commenting on my semantics, I'm aware that even with 100% vaccination rate, COVID is highly likely to stay and become endemic. The problem is that when people who aren't that bright read this sort of statements, they automatically reinforce their own idiotic belief. Why would I take a vaccine if COVID is going to prevail anyway? Checkmate. So I understand that we'll technically never fully eradicate COVID, the same way we've never been able to eradicate the flu, measles, and whatnot, but there's also a reason why nowadays we don't say we still have a pandemic of those other diseases in spite of cases still being reported here and there, right?
The courts have long held that the right to decide to not vax runs until there is an active and credible threat from a disease. Then 1. You can be vaxxed for your own safety, but really 2. You can be vaxxed to ensure you don't harm the entire community's and individual's liberty to be free from your infection. These rulings go back to the 1919 flu.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.